Hello, everyone, and welcome to Left and Correct. We have a very special guest. Oh, uh,
We start again? Okay, I see what you're doing here.
it's
All right. All right.
a very special guest. I didn't catch your name. I know you're from Dwayne Reed.
My name is Oliver.
Oliver.
Yes.
Oh, thanks for being on the show, Oliver. Do you have a lot of political opinions as a cat?
Oh, so many. Because all of us cats, we all, we're from the internet. We spend our days on the internet. We control the internet essentially. As you all know.
Hmm.
And so we have a lot of very firm opinions that I think are that we as the cat community want to get off our chests.
Okay, well, I can't wait to hear a bunch of those opinions. What do you want to start talking about?
I want to abolish the police.
Oh, really?
Abolish. Yes. Cats hate cops.
Really?
Yes.
I would have thought.
We want to take back ACAB because ACAB should stand for all cats are beautiful. God damn it.
That
This
makes
is just
sense.
right. All cats are beautiful. So,
Okay, okay.
but if there
So
are no cat, that yes,
I understand. I understand. It stinks when someone steals your acronym. That's very
yeah,
difficult.
yeah.
Um, wow. I would have thought. I guess cats are very free spirits, so I guess any kind of policing is
No,
offensive to them.
you know who works with cops? You know who works with cops? Dogs, dogs.
Oh,
Do you ever see cats? Do you ever see cats? No. You know why? Because we don't deal with that. Stitches get stitches for a reason, buddy. And so
wow.
yeah, we're we know, just be chill, be cool, sit in the sunny spot of the street, and mind your business.
I agree. I think that cat life philosophy is very healthy. Yeah. Yeah, dogs do suck when it comes to working with the man.
Right? They do it for treats. They do it for treats. Like
Sellouts.
it's just so sellouts. And I mean, I can't think of any. Even how people call cops pigs. It's an insult to pigs. Pigs are lovely and wonderful. We at the cat community want to take back pigs too.
So, what do you think the cop should be called? Dogs?
I heard your mother doesn't like swearing on this
Oh,
show.
it's true.
So I'm afraid I can't say what I really think.
I understand. Well, what other topics do cats care about?
Oh, well, we think that a universal based income should be essential.
Well, really?
Yeah, so that everyone can make money to buy us toys,
Oh, that makes
and not
sense.
so much for the toys, but for the boxes and the bags that they come in.
Oh,
That's
yes,
what that's
yes.
what we really want.
Why do cats prefer the boxes and bags to the actual treat that they get?
Oh, it pisses people off. Well, that's all.
I see. I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I feel like
yeah.
cats have a very anarchist vibe.
That's right. That's very right. Because that anarchy A, all you just need to do is put the little cat ears on it, and then there you go.
What? Okay. All right. Cool. Great.
You know what? You don't own me. You don't. I don't belong to you. I'm not your pet. I just happen to sleep on your head at night, and I just meow. Sometimes you can touch me, but don't touch me too much. And this is my spot, and I'm gonna puke in your shoes, and you're gonna love me for it, man.
Okay. Well, that was a lot. That was a lot of information. Thank you, Oliver, for being on the show.
Thank you for having
Uh,
me.
you're welcome. I guess pop back up if you want to for the rest of the the rest of
How
the
I'd
episode.
love to, but just remember, all cats are beautiful.
Yes, a cab. All cats are beautiful. I'll think of that when I see that going forward.
Yeah. Thank
Excellent.
you for having me on. All
You're
right.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Wow.
Wow.
That was an exclusive.
That was a total exclusive. How did you even get that talking stuffed animal on the show?
I am a magical witch, as we all know. So
Everyone knows.
everyone knows. I've got a horse.
Ah!
We could do a point counterpoint. I've got a dog.
Oh,
So
wow.
I will be 40 next month. So just
I also have a couple of stuffed animals and feel guilty about having them because I am
oh,
40.
I don't feel guilty. It's just more like, okay, this is who I am. Like
Yeah.
this is who I am. I'm a woman with,
Well, it's like
and then
people
there,
give you stuff, and I'm just like, I don't like throwing out stuff that people give me.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know.
You know, it's as long as I live in New York City, I can't adopt 7 cats and dogs, but I can get stuffed animals and rescue them from the toy store.
Oh, yes,
Ugh,
yes. When I was a kid, I used to, what's the word? I don't know. Get like
masochist.
very invested in the idea that objects had like feelings.
Alive. Like Toy Story, like they came alive, or that they.
Yeah, not that they came alive, but I would just constantly be thinking to myself, like, what if this thing does have like
Oh,
senses and
like
feelings and
like
like
like the Velveteen Rabbit, like that kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and like
that's
I would know that it's not real, but it would still bother me till to this day. The couple of stuffed animals I have, I like can't like leave them with something on top of them or like
oh,
looking at a wall. Like I move them every couple days.
I hear that. I hear
'Cause I
that.
feel guilty. I
Yeah.
mean, I know that that's completely insane.
No, but
Um,
it's they, yeah. I always like I line my guys up, and there and there's I, yeah. I I I feel that very hard. Yeah, that's a very real thing, and it's just
it's so weird.
it's so
It's such a
weird.
weird thing.
Imagine if
Oh.
imagine if we had children. Like they can't face a wall. Like don't put a blanket on them.
Never, no blankets, kids.
No blankets, but it's
Ugh,
cold. I don't know.
I can't have you covered up. You've got to be able to see. Oh,
Here we
even
come
I
with
have even freakier. I guess it's because you and I are just we're so empathetic. That's what I'd love to
oh,
say. We're
that's
so
really what it
empathetic.
is. Yeah.
That because that's the definition of someone who's on the left is someone who has empathy. I think. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely. Because
it's
I
yeah,
can't
it's all about
like, I remember when W. Bush was pushing that compassionate conservative shtick. I was just like, like, how bad is it that you have to use it for PR? Being like, no, we're okay. We care. It's like, no, you don't. You don't. I
yeah. You
see.
literally don't. You're all about
You literally don't.
everyone for themselves.
Ugh.
That's their
Ugh.
philosophy.
Yeah, but not
Um,
us. Not us.
not
We don't care.
us. We
No.
care. We care about everyone. Um, yeah. Speaking of caring, it was the big Pride celebration yesterday.
Happy Pride.
Happy
Did you
Pride.
did you go out?
I did. I went to the non-corporate Black trans queer march
What?
that happened
So
at what?
what non-corporate? So there was a corporate one and a
So for a few years, and to be 100% fair, I've never gone to it before. It's not like I like have any cred as like a non-corporate Pride boy. Normally, when Pride happens, I always just go to the same spot where I first watched it because I'm a
oh
nostalgic freak. So
yeah.
so I always would go to Fifth Avenue and 20th Street, which was where I happened to watch it the first time in 2000. And but there for I think about 5 years, and don't quote me, I could be wrong. There's always been a debate about Pride about should corporations be a part of it
Right.
because does a Citibank float saying we love Pride? Does it really represent what's
Right.
going on? It was a big fight, obviously the original like ACT UP group. This was a big debate they had. You can read your gay history and read all the Larry Kramer stuff about the big battle they had between letting corporations be a part of it and not. It was a big issue.
Ah,
So I think about 5 years ago. But the one thing that is true is that Pride has gotten more and more corporate every year. Like
yes,
like the
yes,
first year I went, I would say it was like 60% clubs and bars and restaurants and individual people
yeah.
and like organizations, that actually cared or were working on gay rights. In the past couple years, I'd say it's like down to like 15% of that, and it's
I agree. Yeah, the times I've seen that I've been to Pride, I myself have seen it wane more, where it's like, oh, like the gay bears of New England or something, of whatever, of New York, and then it's like now it's just corporate stuff. Even I,
yeah, it's
like
just
when I
Bank of
was,
America.
yeah, even I've marched with, when I was in my previous job, I've marched with them, and I was just like, it was, yeah, very corporate and cold, even though it's still Pride, but yet you're with that whole world, like work world, and you're just like, I don't, ugh, and
It's
you
very
leave.
weird
Yeah,
because Pride at some points was, there's competing elements in all groups. That's one of the things that's interesting.
yeah,
No group is monolithic. Obviously, in gay rights, there's been a group that's about, I guess, what I would say like hedonistic expressionism, and those people have a big problem with the corporatization, especially because they used to, Pride used to be fun, like this celebration of life, like we should all like, go out,
be
party,
yourself.
dance,
Yeah,
be
yeah.
yourself, dance in the streets. Anywho, I said all this to get to the point that I think it's been going on for 5 years. It might be more. There's always been a counter Pride
Oh,
that refuses to allow any corporate floats, and it's just people marching with signs. And so, even though corporate Pride was canceled this year, rightfully
right.
so, the non-corporate Pride just turned itself into a Black Lives Matter
Ah,
mega event. Um,
cool.
yeah, and it was really beautiful. I would say I wasn't in a helicopter or a drone, so I'm going to say there were 5,000 people there. I might be
Okay,
undercounting, but it was in Foley Square, and then they
okay,
marched from Foley Square to Stonewall,
okay.
which is a long walk, and
That's
I've been
really
sitting
long.
around the house too much, and my little feet could not take it. Also, I don't know if you could see on the video, I got so sunburned.
Oh wow, that is noticeable.
But you
Did
know
you
what? I
wear
feel like that's a
sunblock?
pride. I didn't wear any. I didn't wear any.
Gotta wear
Um,
sunblock.
I know you're supposed to, but I feel like that's one of the pride traditions because typically in the past I wouldn't be outside until pride. Not really, I've never been like a big sunbather. Um, but anyways, it was a very nice event. Wonderful, peaceful. Very into what's happening now. I didn't see any cop garbage going on.
Because I saw
Um,
later on at Washington Square Park there was some scuffles
were
and
there? Oh,
nonsense. Yeah, but and it seemed very much like people were just coming down Fifth Avenue and going, on their own Waverly, and then like cops do what they do, and they have their batons, and then they're like pushing people, and like in the commotion, more people are like, "What's going on?" To this and that, and just push back and forth, and like for what? Why? Like
yeah.
just
Why?
don't.
Who
Why? Yeah,
cares if people are walking down the street? Like, who
right.
cares? Like, leave
Like
them alone
this
and they'll
is
disperse in like an hour.
right, and it's like, and it's Pride, and there's clearly like thousands of people in Washington Square Park. Clearly, there's going to be thousands more. Like, don't let this be the moment where like your steroids kick in, and you're like, hey, it's like, relax,
I mean, that
So
stuff is one of the most absurd things about cops. Always has been. Is that any kind of these events? uh, It's like, what are you protecting?
right, right.
Like, this isn't even like a looting situation or like
No,
you're
no,
blocking the street. They'll just
no.
arbitrarily decide this group shouldn't be in this part of the
Right.
area.
Yeah, like they've
And
overstayed their welcome. It's like,
And it's like,
huh?
what? It's supposed to be a free society.
Like, I will. I don't know. I don't know the validity of this, but I saw that crime has been going up in the city.
Mm.
Of like, there've been more shootings, um, in the past couple of weeks, and thinks that's not good. That's not good, and it's
It's not good,
how
but I would say it's potentially expected because obviously we're in a moment of civil unrest, and also we
right.
have massive amount of unemployment,
Right.
which
Oh, and like,
historically,
and it's like we've got all these people, like thousands upon thousands of people who've been like trapped in their homes for so long, and like the prospects of things not, things. I don't know. I'm actually kind of down lately. Like it's one of those things where I'm like I'm okay, and then it's like oh, so that's kind of where I'm at today. So I think if it's I can't be the only one who feels this way, and so it manifests itself in not good things sometimes, so
good thing
but
you don't
it's
have a
more
gun.
good thing. Ugh. But you know who does? Ah, Oliver!
Ah! Oliver has a
That's
gun.
right. That's right. I believe in the Second Amendment. That's another thing cats believe in very strongly.
Wow.
Okay.
Cats don't
Okay.
even have thumbs. How
Yes.
could they use
Ah!
guns?
Not. Oh yeah. What about the double paws? The polydactyl cats that live in Key West with Ernest Hemingway. What about them?
You're,
And
you're
Ernest
right.
Hemingway killed himself with a gun. Ah! All right. All right. Chill out. Okay.
So what
Anyway,
else is?
but oh, you know,
So
well,
that was
the
my
week.
big event for the weekend. Did you do anything fun? Anything newsworthy?
I had newsworthy. I went. I no, it works. I went grocery shopping. Yeah, no, I had a
Nice,
very
nice.
quiet, quiet, quiet homebound weekend. Nothing
Yeah,
exciting. Then I'm
yeah.
always like, should I have gone out for Pride? And it's like, it's okay. It's all right.
There's no rules.
No, there's no rules. Nothing matters.
What is in the news that has caught your eye? I got a couple of items, but let me know what you're thinking.
Well, I think, oh boy, apparently there's so many. Um, well, it seems like the president isn't being briefed or is being briefed and not talking about things that are happening overseas to our troops. Um, oh boy, and so that's one that has my. I'm sorry, there's a weird
Interest?
ice cream truck. Can you hear that? The
I
ice cream
can hear
truck.
it. I don't know what that is.
It's an ice cream truck, I think, but it's really weird to talk.
Very
Oh, the
quiet.
Taliban has. Oh, they're mercenaries for the Russians now, apparently. Um, so it's weird. So yeah, that's been on my mind. How about you?
Yeah. Well, I mean that story I think is freaking absurd. Obviously, put out there to hurt Trump more, which he's already in a downward spiral. I mean, it's clear that this guy does
I
not know
mean,
how to pick it up. I mean, of course, as we've both said many times, like predicting is certainly now a waste of time because who knows what's going to happen.
but the thing I
Um,
find one of the aspects of all of this past weekend for him is like, yeah, kick him when he's down, and then like, so we have the circumstance where he's saying, I didn't know, nobody told me about this, and it's like you'd think that he would at that moment like be in front of the cameras and be like, I want to tell the American public, like, no, like I like the idea of this happening on my watch and I don't know or I don't care, like, oh, like if he were a normal person, like that's what a normal person would do. Instead he's going golfing, and then he like, so it's like, what do I do? Like, I'll just double down on my racism. And so he's like tweeting out these like basically trying to
Videos, right?
like, well,
Yeah.
Saturday he was doxing the people who were attempting to take down the statue of Andrew Jackson. And then and so that was Saturday. And then on Sunday he tweeted out the video of the old people in the golf carts saying white power. And then after he took that down. And now today he's like tweeting out that couple in St. Louis with the guns on their lawns. Have you seen them?
I
The
saw it, yeah, and I was like, "What?" I didn't realize he tweeted that though.
He's tweeted that out too. Yeah, so like he's doubling down on this. Like he's obviously just I don't know. He's obviously just thinking like I'll be the law and order president. I'll just stoke this fear and like in like white America and they'll like rally around me because everything's going to become Seattle or whatever. It's like no, that's not no. What are you
I mean,
doing?
listen, he's always been incoherent, but I feel like in
He's
2016 he had like two or three pillars that he could constantly go back to. Trade, Hillary being a criminal,
and his racism.
well, I guess, but
Yes, yes. I mean, like he came down the escalator and was like, "Mexicans are rapists," and everyone was like, "What?" That's basically what he did. And I like either you, and then he's like, Chris Christie's fat and Marco Rubio's short, and people are like, "I like him. He just tells it like
right.
it is,"
But you are right. Immigration was one of the big deals
Oh
that he
yeah,
could talk about.
but
But
not
right
even
now,
just but not immigration in the sense of like what does this mean for the economy, it's all just like they're rapists and they're going to kill you, like they're taking your jobs, which is not true.
right.
But you know but
But
so
now it doesn't feel like he has a coherent,
no.
it's not, he hasn't like picked two or three things, probably because the nation, is critically facing several issues.
I would say, but also because he doesn't have. I mean, he doesn't have anything. All he ever
Well,
had was,
that's what I'm saying is he
it's
never had anything substantial. But
no.
those issues were highlighted so he could pick a strong stance on them. And right now, what's highlighted is all something that you can point to his failure on. So it makes it real
Absolutely.
hard for him to be hyperbolic about how great he is when you can see evidence of his failure.
Well, but I mean, his whole thing is it's like, oh, it's all lies. No one's been harder on me. Like I'm the most poorly treated president in the United history of the United States. No one's been treated more unfairly than he is. Like he, like I'm not kidding. Like this is his strategy. This is his whole thing. He is the ultimate victim, and there's been so many wonderful things that have been happening. In the United States that never happened before, the likes of which you've never seen, and now everyone's just being so unfair and so mean.
Well, in
And
one part, he is right. He is a victim right now because Iran has issued an arrest warrant for him.
well, I don't know if he's a victim or if he's a
So that makes him a
criminal.
huge victim of Iran.
Oh, I wouldn't call it victimizing or just. I love that, by the way. I think that's so great. It's just like he needs to be arrested. Like yeah, okay,
He absolutely does need to be arrested. That was a
yeah,
completely illegal extrajudicial
absolutely,
killing.
yeah,
And they should arrest him and Obama and George Bush. They are all equally guilty in the exact same type of murders. Obama cannot go to Spain because he's had an outstanding arrest warrant for him there. At least Spain has the decency to call out war criminals. Him and Bush are not allowed to come to Spain or they will be immediately arrested. And I have always loved that. That's why I learned to speak Spanish because I knew they didn't tolerate war criminals.
say one word in Spanish besides.
Me gusta cacahuates, mama.
That's not a phrase at all.
That
That is
is
completely.
absolutely a phrase.
Well, it's a your tone was very disrespectful to the Spanish language, I would say.
Wow. You want me to be more respectful?
No, Oliver does. ah,
Ah!
ah, but okay, stay. So yeah, it's just appealing to his base of you know of white fear is like that's what he has, and he's doubling down on it, and it's really pathetic and sad and um not good because who does that appeal to, and like where are they in their like mindsets, and
Well, I think, you want Joe Biden to win.
I
So
don't want
I
Trump to win. Yeah, I mean, but
so
I don't like the idea of our commander in chief, our president, being like stoking racial animosity like
sure.
that. freak. That's kind of like that's a deal breaker for me. I don't know.
Sure,
Someone who,
but I would say then is this not a good thing to see him flailing? Because I really do feel like he's flailing.
I mean, there's some Schadenfreude there, sure, and seeing, so part of me, like the nihilistic, you know, uh, more radical part of me likes the idea of all of like everything just burning down and just destroying the what the federal government is and just tearing it all down and like forget it all, and like this country is a failed experiment, and experiments are doomed to fail most of the time, and so what even is America, and it's just a lie anyway, and what is our, we don't have it, but then I think, what are you looking at me like that? But then I think, no, like I want to be, you know that we can all come together, and it's by and for the people, and we can right the wrongs of the past. So um yeah, but it doesn't take much to see Trump flail. It really doesn't. It's so easy to trigger.
Yeah,
you
it
know
really is. It really is. So yeah, I don't know. What else? What else is interesting? Mm, not much. I honestly forgot it was Monday today, as I
how
told
did you
y'all.
forget it was Monday?
I don't know. I just thought it was still
How did you
Sunday.
forget that we would be recording today?
I
I'm that
mean,
That's upsetting. am i
I mean,
am I not important?
you're very important. This is the most important thing in my life. I mean, it's the only thing. I don't have a job. This is the only thing I have.
Oh,
If I didn't have you two and all of our three
oh,
fans,
we
I
love
would
you.
not. We love you, three fans. Um, well, we're getting towards the end. Anything we want to talk about to wrap it up?
Um, let's see. I think coronavirus cases seem to continuously increase. So even in New York, which is not great. So everybody, I know it's summertime and you want to be outside and you have every right to be outside, but like wear a mask and practice social distancing as much as possible. That's what
Yeah,
I say.
absolutely.
What would you say?
I, I got nothing to say.
You
I
got
got.
not. I got lots to say. Oh, is it all cats are beautiful? Yeah. Okay. Great.
All right. All
All
right.
right.
We'll change our Facebook headline. All cats are beautiful. Well, good talking
Well,
to you as
it's
always.
that's true. Same here.
And until next time, we have been
Left and
left
correct.
and correct.